Hello everybody, this is Sara Perry. Thank you for tuning in today. I have been a little bit silent online for a while because I have had lots and lots of paperwork and things that I have been doing for your benefit, some of which I will be telling you about later, and there will be some videos as well. But I really want to look at October this month because I haven't been here for a while. I thought, hey, let's have an update. And we are going through this really wobbly retrograde at the moment, which will be finished soon in Mercury, but then a few weeks' time we're going to be hitting Mars for a couple of months, and then, well, we're going to be going back into Mercury retrograde again as well. So it's going to be a little bit of an odd time, and even though October, we'll be out of Mercury and we won't quite have hit Mars until the 30th at least, we still will be in shadow phases, and I do see that things could be still a little bit topsy-turvy. I know there's a lot of people that have been feeling very, very low of late, almost lost, like there's nothing left. You know, it's like nothing is happening. And we always feel like that with Mercury, don't we? But this month, and I felt it as well, things were really, really distorted. But because we are in this really powerful vibrationary phase at the moment where we are moving into something very, very different. And if you are a light worker, then you will be probably feeling it the most and really being pushed, really being pushed to make changes in order to move forwards. If you really are looking for success, you're looking for fulfillment, you want to change your life, then the universe will show you. And especially if you're meant to be. And if you've asked for help and you're sitting there wishing away under the stars, someone up there will be listening, and hence why things may be a little bit stagnant. So for instance, if you're finding one area of your life isn't moving, then look at the other areas and where you are investing your energy at the moment, because that is where you will find the answers. If you're investing your energy in something that's less beneficial, then it will have a knock-on effect with every other area of your life. I've spoken about this a lot. I always do in readings with people. One of the things that I do is to help build people's self-confidence, esteem, and, you know, to help people to let go of their feelings of lack. And at the moment, everybody seems to be targeted with that. The lack. What are you lacking? And people are going into fear of losing out. And it doesn't have to be money. It could just be just a fear of loss. And that's the low feeling, the feeling of, you know, where nothing's really happening. It's like, I've got nothing, nothing's coming to me, I'm losing out. What you need to be doing at this time, and whenever there's a retrograde, is what can I gain? Always look as the problem as a possibility, and things will start looking a little bit brighter. And use the time when it's quiet to actually do something, not sit there worrying about what's not happening. Look at what you can make happen, and then things will change. There's a lot of new perspectives coming in, and I'm seeing a lot of rotations within different world sectors, they're telling me. There's a few political dilemmas going to arise around the 23rd of October, and this will relate to something in May 2000, I've been told. Something is going to come to light, and something will have to be dealt with there and then. I'm seeing someone walking away, which will create a space for a new element or a power element, a person. I'm getting the word dictator, which doesn't sound very good, but it might mean that they are dictating what comes. They're a leader of some kind. And I'm seeing quite a few people pushing to get to the front of that. Something is going to be quite alarming through October. Something will happen. There's going to be a massive shift of energy. And this is going to have an effect actually on the Earth centre itself. And I'm picking up real earthquake shudders in places where you've never had them, even, you know, maybe in England or Ireland, places where it doesn't normally happen. It's like everything is expanding, and because everything is expanding, it's having this kind of domino effect and knocking into everything else, and that's causing pile-ups and collisions and obstacles, new challenges to overcome. Things are going to start looking very, very different, and many of you will look back over the last few weeks when you go into October of the decisions you may have made or could have made, and if you didn't, for some of you you'll be really glad you didn't, and for some of you you have, might be kind of kicking yourself now thinking, how am I going to get out of this one, because I didn't need to panic. Okay, when things slow down there tends to be a panic. We've got to do something. It's like filling a space with noise because no one's saying anything, so people start talking mindlessly about anything. It doesn't make any sense. Now, I feel that there is really going to be a time of letting go of the pain. It's time to really, really move through into this new area of living now, or this new space, vibrational energy that is coming in. And it is that kind of thing where you look at what you need and what only you need, because something is going to really break, and it's going to show everyone, what is really necessary. And I feel like this is a big one. This is like a massive explosion of mankind, of like, oh my God, that isn't available anymore. This isn't happening anymore. What am I going to do about it? And I'm seeing a lot of people running around panicking with their tail between their legs, or trying to grab hold of something and not knowing what to do, but only because they didn't prepare. It's really important to start focusing on what you can make from nothing. Really, if you're looking in your cupboards, your larders, at what food you have laying there, look at what you can use it for, or don't keep filling the cupboards or just discarding something as useless or worthless, because we're really going to understand the value of everything over the next 10 to 12 months, and things will be simplified more than you know. There's a sense of leadership. They're saying a leadership among men. People stepping up where they haven't before. There will be tug of wars. You may feel kind of restless, a bit frustrated, not being able to let go of some anger, or you're not getting what you wanted. You didn't get the justice, and I can hear people saying it's the principle of the matter. Yes, it is, but how important is it right now at this moment? Does it matter? Does this person actually affect you now? If you're still thinking about it, is it affecting you more? Okay, so let go of the anger, because that way you will actually open up to some new opportunities coming in. I'm getting people, past life links, people that are really connected with past lives, really kind of meeting head on and having to deal with karmic contracts, situations from way back then to move forward. So if you find you're coming into contact with people that you haven't seen for many, many years, and they suddenly get in touch, know that's something that you need to put peace there. You need to forgive. You need to find a way to let it go. You might just meet up once and never see them again. I've just had an experience with some people who I suppose I was kind of angry at. I was a bit fed up with, and I shut them out because I realised the value, and then I had an opportunity to connect again after quite a few months, and I had a really nice time just connecting, but then haven't felt the need to do it again. It's kind of like it's just gone out the window now. I think it was just, really consider things as a way to complete. I often say this to people. They'll ask me about career or love matters, and it's like, well, what do I do? How am I going to get this person to call? And then the message will come from spirit about something really random, like, well, what you've got to do is forgive that person that upset you when you were a child, and you need to kind of find a way of letting them go. And immediately I get this kind of rampage of, well, they never come to me, they won't talk to me, I can't get to meet them, what am I supposed to do with that? And you just say, well, and I say, well, it's not about meeting the person. It's not about connecting and being all goody two-shoes and friends again. It's just about forgiving yourself for anything, from your part, and forgiving them, and just thinking, if they aren't able to forgive, then it's their loss, you know, and just finding a way to let everything go now. It's really important because there's a lot of energy coming in that's going to be very, very weighed down in people. It's going to feel very heavy to start with, and you might feel quite sluggish. I mean, I know if it's hot weather, I mean, here in Spain, it's still kind of warm, and, you know, it does kind of, when it's humid, you feel very sluggish. But this is kind of, you know, in general, when you're thinking, well, I'm eating well, I'm sleeping well, I'm doing all those things, and you feel like suddenly your body is like a ton of bricks, you know, you're just like trying to drag it forwards as much as you can. And this is just where you're kind of taking in this new energy. Your physical body is wanting to adjust, but it's also, you need to offload some other stuff because it's just getting too much. There's no space anymore. Anything that leaves you standing alone, feeling out in the cold, you know, especially if someone's done you wrong, again, we're looking at kind of letting that go. Consider it a blessing, because it means something has released the ties. You know, maybe somebody hasn't been good for you and then they just disappear, and you think, oh, well, what happened there? Well, just, it's the universe stepping in, it's fate stepping in to help you. I do see a lot of T's crossed and I's dotted during the second week of October, and I'm getting 23rd to 29th of October for issues where people are much more in agreement than they have been. If you need to brand anything, get anything out there, really good advertising, then do so within that kind of mid time of October, because although we're still in Mercury shadow phase, you want to you know, there is a kind of opening here to get people to pay attention, and I think everyone's going to be kind of standing up to attention. But Mars isn't, when Mars goes retrograde, it's not something you need to be concerned about branding necessarily, or getting things out there and for people to see. It's more actually wanting to, because again, there's that sluggish feeling that can come in where you feel like, oh my God, someone's drained me of my battery, I've got no motivation, I'm unable to do anything. This would be a time to really kind of do something, some meditation, really practice relaxation, do some exercise, like swimming, even if it's just floating around and enjoying the water, because that will help ease your emotions. You know, walking out in nature, that kind of thing, just really kind of clear the cobwebs as much as you can, because Mars can be quite frustrating, and if you're kind of sitting looking at a computer and everybody's really angry and you're not getting particularly good reactions, you may not getting reactions, you'll be getting not good ones, you know, because everyone's kind of trying to fight their way out of a paper bag because they're getting fed up with, you know, just very short-tempered. That's what you're going to experience. So to avoid that, you know, really watch your diet, watch your balance, and in general, and make sure you get some fresh air, because that's really, really important. But there's lots of changes coming. Things will be rerouted in October. Things will be done that weren't done. They'll suddenly come into play. And like I said, some of you may think, oh, why didn't I just wait? Because that might have made things a lot better. I'm seeing travel companies, something around that. Do check. They're saying do check boarding passes. There's something on the ticket that might have changed last minute. This is a bit like when things are being cancelled because of all the strikes. So it's to do with priorities and seat placings. I'm seeing a mix up there that could be, you know, quite a big deal on the news. It's almost like a computer goes wrong and buff. And this would kind of send everything out of orbit in itself, wouldn't it? When computers go down and telephones, it's like, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? So again, it's like going back to basics and double checking everything, because we rely very much on computer generated things, you know, and getting a text and but if you make the call yourself, or make sure you've got everything in writing and you've got it printed out, always take a hard copy with you, then, you know, things will be much easier to be assisted with, because somebody else who hasn't, you know, is going to have to come second to what you have, because you've got proof. Anyway, I wish everybody a great October 2022. if you'd like a private reading with me, I'm putting offers out now. I will be putting up a little video, but I'm offering a 30-minute reading for $39.95. But with that, you will get a free readings journal. Now, this is great if you do month-to-month readings, or you have regular readings, because you can then write down all the notes, record things, and cross-reference later, you know, check out things. And it's a good place to keep everything. I find if I have readings, I have notes all over the place. And if you've got audios, you have to look and listen again, the whole thing. So it's quite nice to take notes and think, well, what was the focus? What was the main, you know, subject here? What are the main guidance, and, you know, and your own reflections on that. And then you can kind of, you know, if any dates are there or any numbers to take care of, you can put that all in the journal. If you want to buy the journal, it will be available very soon on Amazon, and you can just message, and I will be putting links up for that. And you can buy it separately on Amazon. But this comes with a reading, and 30-minute readings are what you're getting is you're paying a third of the price. So consider, you know, it's a nice deal. I will also be doing a buy one get one free offer as well up until Christmas, so you can buy 2 readings and you could give one as a gift, which would be fantastic. I'm also doing my predictions 2023 book. It's actually available on pre-order now. If you check out the link, it's an ebook. I am looking at a hard copy, but I think ebooks are much easier, don't you? But if you've got any questions, do get back to me. My website now is www.saraperry.me, but you can access that site with the old website addresses. But if you have any trouble, then just email me at saraperrypsychic@gmail.com. And check me out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all those things. And take good care of yourselves. I'll speak to you all soon. Bye for now.